Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday, the 10th of November 2016. So yesterday, what a day. I've not seen one like this for a very, very long time, probably 2008. The market's moving to the upside after the sell-off, and that's the way it remained all the way through the day. We'll look at the bigger picture in just a moment. It looks like the volatility has increased, and what you can do to take advantage of this is actually change the settings. We've done this many times in the past when the volatility has increased and you want more trades. You can increase the only show signals on bars with a range of no more than, and then change this number. If I change this to 30 and then click apply, you'll see more signals appear on the chart. Because of the volatility yesterday, I mean, this bar alone you can see was 150 points just to kick off the session, and then they were ranging between 70, 80 points and 100 points before it eventually settled down, and then the range became less. So you can wait for the first hour and then increase this so you pick up the trades, or set this off from the start. But again, as long as you're only risking the initial 1% of available funds, it's not an issue at all, and you will actually pick up these other trades. But yesterday, set at the default setting, there was just the one trade that went on to make a profit. And yesterday was certainly an uncertain day. Nobody knew which way things were going to go, and of course you're probably wanting to know why the market's up when it was initially down 1,000 points, and I'll tell you why. Very, very simple. The market, obviously the news of Trump coming in, as I said prior to the election, that the market would go down if Trump got in 1,000 points. We went down 970, and the market turned around and came back. So why did it come back when what would appear to be a lot of issues that Trump is in power? There's a very lot of negative stuff around. Leaving the politics out again, that he's interrupted the establishment and managed to thwart any plans that they had down the line, going to war with Russia, etc., etc. But leaving all of that aside, the fact that he got in obviously sent the market lower. Then the market was brought back. Now think about this. He's not part of the establishment. Doesn't appear to be part of the establishment at the moment. And if you're not a Trump supporter, you're trading the markets as a fund manager or a banker or whatever, then, and you have a portfolio of shares, what do you want to do? You want to get the market back up to get your money out before he is inaugurated in January. He may have won the election, he's not in there yet, and if you're holding money in the markets, you want the market back up, and that's precisely why the market was higher yesterday. In my opinion, it wasn't because Trump was elected. We saw the reaction to that, the dollar, the gold and silver price as well. And this is the Wall Street bandits bringing the market back up because they've got money invested that they'll need to get out before January. Now, if Yellen increases interest rates in December as well, Trump has said that she doesn't have to resign, but she will not be offered a second term, which is a relief, I have to say. And again, you'll see the markets, as we did last year, starting to fall apart, but more dramatically this time. And again, if you look at it the way the establishment would be thrilled, in particular Obama, that if the whole thing falls apart under Trump's tenure, that's far better than what he could have expected. Because, as I said, when Yellen and Obama had that secret meeting back in late spring, early summer of this year, it wasn't too dissimilar to the Hoover, when Hoover was president, and he threatened the federal chairman, then whose name I can't remember at this point, but said, this is not falling apart on my watch. And here you have a classic example that, yes, Trump got in, market drops, market's brought back. They want the market back on the highs, finish on the highs. Obama can leave knowing that it didn't fall apart on his watch. But it doesn't matter what Yellen does after that either. She's now got a get out of jail card as well, because they can all blame it on the fact that Trump is now going to the White House in January. So don't be surprised if this market goes on to actually make all-time highs. Now, there is a problem in the bond market. The bond market had a bit of a sell-off yesterday, but there's nothing to stop this market this time going back up to the highs, which we've got around here. So let me just spread this out, and this actually we're already there. So objective achieved by the looks of things. It's that is the all-time high, isn't it? We haven't got anything else back here. Let's just have a look. Just bring it back and then just extend this out. Now we're through. So this is the all-time highs. The new ones that were made are in this area, and that's going to be the one. So we're back at the all-time high now. If we take this out, then we can expect to see the market continue to move to the upside there. So a very interesting picture. For me, that's my sort of rationale behind why the market was actually up, and that's because the market's safe until Trump is inaugurated, and they can do whatever they want, bringing it back to the upside at the moment. Plunge protection team still in place, but once Trump takes over, then it will be a different ball game for 2017. There's no doubts about that. So overnight, the market is still moving to the upside. You can see there we've had a quick spurt up of about what looks like 100 points, 88 points, just under 100 there, and finding some resistance, which it will do because we're back to the all-time high of 18,668 there. So news-wise today, what have we got? FOMC Bullard is going to speak. Unemployment figures at 1:30. There's nothing out at 3 p.m, so the market's going to have to make its own mind up of what it's going to do. And again, see how the volatility is. It's very difficult to say. We're back at the all-time high. We might get a pullback from the profit taking of yesterday. Who knows? So we'll see what happens there. And implied volatility, as you'd expect, is at 12.10. Yesterday I said the market would have gone up to about 18 with that 1,000-point drop, and sure enough it did in the chart. You can see there before dropping sharply, coming back 5 percentage points there. So no surprise either. So this is setting up quite nicely actually. The implied volatility pulling back will allow the options to become cheap for the professionals to then buy, and also the banks to hedge as we go into December as well. News-wise, general news, well, there's no surprise really. There's been riots from those that were disappointed with the result. I don't know what political affiliation they have, but you can see there that we've got 5 shot, 2 life-threatening injuries during anti-Trump protest in Seattle. Anarchist storm US consulate, that's in Greece. So there's a lot of upset. Apparently there's some celebrities who threaten to leave if Trump wins. America uprising, no surprise really. You know, it's divided the nation at the moment, and it's a shame really, because it's a division of hate, which is ridiculous really. You know, I don't know, it's the same with Brexit. You know, if you're against it, if you're for it, then, you know, I don't know why people are picking sides with these things and starting to hate each other. It's like a divide and conquer type setup. Very strange. How did the media pollsters get the election so wrong? Very simple. They rigged it in the event that Clinton would win. She didn't. Meanwhile, from Canada, Canada can't support any of the American liberals that want to move there. So yeah, it's going to be a bit messy for a while. The jig is up. America voters just fired their ruling elites. Couldn't agree more with David Stockman. David Stockman worked for the Reagan administration in the 1980s. Not a stupid man at all. Very bright chap. Have a look at some of his videos on YouTube. Rioting snowflakes, Hillary fanatics burn flag. That's great, isn't it? Americans burning their own flag, threaten to kill. Not my President Trump. You know, get over it. It's, I don't know. Trump is not seeking Yellen's resignation, but won't nominate her for a second term. That's what I said earlier. Definitely the death of the Democratic Party for the time being. So that's about it. It's mixed news. It'd be nice when we get back to financial news coming in, and we should do in the next few days as we all get used to the fact that Trump is going to be the US president, unless, of course, somebody decides to put a bullet in him. But other than that, that's what it's going to be. Right, that's it. Apart from a quick look at Deutsche Bank, well, that's up nicely at the moment. They're out of jail at the moment as well, of course. Trump doesn't come in until January, as I keep saying. And, of course, this is a man who absolutely despises the banks because they would have refused loans in the past for any project that he was doing. He is somebody that would prefer to have lunch with the plumbers and electricians on site than anybody wearing a suit or whatever. So the bankers are in for a rough ride as well, which is why they wanted Clinton in the first place, as I kept barking on about in the run-up to the election in the Market Alert. So, again, a bit of a reprieve here for Deutsche Bank at the moment. Right, that's it for today. I'll let you know if I see anything. Other than that, fingers crossed we continue with a decent amount of volatility and some signals. I will speak to you later. Thanks for watching.